Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call this meeting to order, the Mayor and Board of Commissioners for February 27th. Can I get the roll call, please?
Commissioner Pearson,
Present.
Commissioner Warnick,
Here.
Commissioner Braun,
Yeah.
Commissioner Oppenreith,
Here.
Mayor Marion.
Here.
Let the record reflect that all the elected officials are in attendance.
Will you rise with me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will you bow your heads with me for a brief prayer? Father God, I come to you tonight on behalf of our community, on behalf of our elected body, on behalf of our citizens, Lord. I ask that you watch over all of us, that you watch over our elected body. In this day and age with our school shootings, God, I ask for our thoughts and our prayers are with Broward County and with all the other schools that have had school shootings, God. I ask that you watch over our students here in Rising Sun and you be with us as we leave here tonight. Please watch over our police and EMS as well as our troops serving overseas, God. Be with us as we leave here tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, first on the agenda is a executive session report from February the 20th. Town administrators, you have that.
Can we postpone that to the end of the meeting? I don't have it on me.
Absolutely. Moving forward, there is no public presentations or business meeting items. Would anyone like to speak this evening? All right. Hearing none, moving forward, Mrs. Wagner.
So we're going to go to the first red tab to page 3, the Town of Rising Sun Governmental Funds. Are you ready? Cash and cash equivalent, $382,272.35. Investments, $95,705.33. Tax and service charge receivables, $148,720.79. Due from other governments, $21,987.76. Due from other funds, which is the proprietary fund, $247,338.06. Other receivables, $12,773.42. Restricted cash, $48,892.67. Total assets, $957,690.38. We have payroll liabilities of $1,751.37, and that's just because they're not due right away. Some of them are due quarterly. Unrestricted net position, $955,939.01. If you look at page 4, which is the big one that you have to pull out, the total revenue is $1,769,574.61. We have spent year to date $1,429,841.78 with a positive flow of $339,732.83. Any questions with regard to the statement of revenue and expenditures? Then we will just keep going on. Next are the budget to actuals, and you will find 3 pages there that you can look at your various different ones that interest you. And the 3rd page, we'll look at the total budget to total actual, which is page 8, and you will see that we are under budget by $71,359.71, and the majority of that is due that we have not received all the money for the parks and parks programs that we're doing.
Did we by chance get that in February? Because this is only through January.
I haven't looked at
Okay.
February's numbers yet. It's a little busy right now.
Understand.
We are over actual to budget by $113,583.06, but that will kind of work its way out when the Parks and Recreation, we receive the money and we budget the money. So, any questions with regard to the budget to actual? Next, we'll go to the little yellow tab, which is the proprietary funds, to page 3 again. And you will see that the cash and cash equivalent is $1,208,448.52. Service charge receivables are $184,042.75. There is a big due from between water and sewer, so the amount due from the other funds is $812,916.31, and due from other governments is $236,956. We have restricted cash of $70,455.52, and the net capital assets, which is the assets we have in water and sewer, less the depreciation, because there's depreciation on the proprietary funds books, is $20,901,410.95 for total assets of $23,414,230.05. Amount due to other governments, $18,548.22, and that's the Bay Restoration money that we collect. And amount due to other funds is $1,060,254.37. We have long-term debt of $14,572,446.22, and then we have the South State escrow of $10,000. So our total liabilities is $15,661,248.81. Our unrestricted net position is $1,424,016.51. Any questions with regard to the proprietary's net position? We will turn to page 4. The total operating revenue of the proprietary funds is $709,249.32, and we have spent $1,102,503.57, and the depreciation, which is a non-cash item, is $499,123.32. We have connection fees of $6,856.84. We have interest income of $4,540.04. And then we have interest expense, which is on the $14 million worth of debt, of $119,932.18. Any questions with regard to the statement of revenue and expenditures? And then you will see that page 6 is water budget to actual. Page 7 is sewer budget to actual. And the total of budget to actual is we have budgeted operating revenue of $741,519.30, and we have received so far $709,249.32, a difference of $32,269.98. We are positive to the budget versus actual expenditures by $57,556.70. And overall, we are positive to the loss that we have projected by $25,286.72. We have budgeted connection fees, which we have not seen those connection fees. The interest income is $2,015.24 higher than what we were projecting, and the interest expense is down by $79,699.68. But that's a timing thing. It will work its way out. Any questions with budget versus actual?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Wagner.
you.
Chief?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners. During this period, we responded to 169 calls for service, conducted 29 traffic stops, made 3 arrests after witnessing a hand-to-hand. These subjects fled into one of the local bars, attempted to discard the CDS and money. The officers were able to locate it. As a result, the 3 individuals, one was arrested for possession with intent to distribute, one for distribution of drugs, and one for possession. In a separate incident, one of the officers made a traffic stop here in town that ended up with the operator being charged with possession with intent to distribute meth. The officers also responded to a domestic, which resulted in the individual being charged with first-degree assault with a handgun. We also arrested an individual for a violation of a protective order. As you can see, some of these crimes are starting to get serious. The officers are doing a great job of finding them and making the arrest. And it's something that we all have to pay attention to. A lot of these cases are closed because of the help that we get from the citizens of Cecil County and Rising Sun. But the phone calls that come in help us find these people. Today, at approximately 4:30 in the Valley View development, we received numerous phone calls about a gentleman talking to a young female, asking for assistance to find his dog. The responding officers got there quickly enough, were able to find the vehicle, the gentleman driving the vehicle, and the dog. We're still investigating to ensure that this was just a legitimate case of the gentleman looking for a lost dog. But as usual, social media has taken control of this and has made it into a lot of other things than what we're actually finding. So at this time, it did happen. We have all parties involved, and we're sorting it out. Yesterday, we had an incident at the middle school with a young man who made threats of violence. He was subsequently taken to an area hospital for an evaluation, and he is no longer a threat to anyone at the middle school. Yesterday evening, again, social media had an individual making threats of violence to members of the schools, to members of the Rising Sun Middle School. As a result of an investigation conducted by the Rising Sun Police Department and Northeast Police Department, we were able to identify the individuals involved, and the individual has subsequently been charged with 3 counts of threats and other bullying type crimes. I bring those cases to you all's attention because that is growing in popularity with young people. This is something we're not going to tolerate. It takes manpower to investigate these incidents. A lot of people think that it's a joke. A lot of the young people think that it's a joke when it's actually not. We're talking about the safety of many people within a school. So we're going to do our best to find those people responsible and hold them accountable. So if you, as a parent, allow your child to utilize social media, you need to screen, you need to monitor what they're saying and what they're doing, because it could end up in that child being held criminally responsible for bullying or making threats against one of our educational institutions. In addition to that, we've had 2 additional emergency petitions of juveniles who have proven to be a threat to themselves and others. So, again, parents, we need your help in this situation. You need to step up and monitor your kids, because their behavior is going to get them into problems that they won't be able to get out of later on in life. With that being said, is there any questions for us?
Chief, I just want to thank you and your officers for your steadfast quickness in responding to this incident. I know that you have a line of communication with the middle school, and I am thankful for that line of communication is there. Thankfully, Rising Sun Police Department has been able to address these issues before they've become a problem. So, thank you.
Can I add something to that? It's not just Rising Sun Police Department. This morning I met with local law enforcement agencies and the Board of Education, and this is what's happening across the board. I'm not going to say we're taking a zero tolerance, because that's not the answer to any criminal activity, but we are going to hold those accountable for the incidents that they're involved in. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Town Administrator?
I have two things I want to update you on. The 16 East Main Street, as you're aware, has been sort of an eyesore for maybe just half of a decade now. It is a property that was tied up in foreclosure and tax sale. As you're aware, the listing on the website, the state website, had the property owner unchanged. However, we had been receiving word that the ownership had in fact changed. So in order to get some attention, we put a placard on all of the doors of the building about a week and a half ago, because we saw it being advertised on real estate sites for a whole lot more money than what one would look at on the outside and think that it was worth. So to try to smoke out who the owner was, we placarded the building, and sure enough, we got the attention because we placarded it unfit for habitation and prohibited entry without contacting the town hall. And that was purely based upon in the past, when the chief and I have gone in there for open doors and making sure we don't have vagrants in the building. The inside of the building is in bad shape. So placarding it unfit for habitation and entry not permitted was a valid thing to do. The good thing is we have the ownership's name. They are taking the situation seriously. They did not realize some of the history with the property because it had gone through foreclosure, and sometimes that's not something that all the information reveals itself when you buy a property at foreclosure or buy a property at tax sale. So I'm very optimistic that the new owners are very interested in doing good by the residents of Rising Sun. They are in fact excited by what's taking place at the old Verizon building and the True Value Hardware. They want to be a part of that energy also, so that's a good thing. The other thing is the utility billing system is about 99% up and running. We will be sending out actual bills this month. In the next couple of days, the bills will be going out. We are also sending out a letter to folks, walking them through the difference between the bill they're getting now and the bill in the past. Some of the burning questions that you might have, if you remember in the past meetings, we talked about doing, I believe it was roughly a 2-year analysis of the average usage in order to estimate the bills. We have about 213 properties where there were meter readings that had to be corrected, meaning they were the actual reading was higher than what we estimated, or the actual reading was lower than what we estimated. So there's about 213 properties. The good thing is the average difference of all 213 properties was about 4,500 gallons. So that equates to about a roughly $30 difference, high or low, in the bill. So doing the estimate over a 2-year period did prove itself to keep it at least relatively accurate. The anomalies that we have seen and we are anticipating seeing is vacant properties that, let's hypothetically say that they were vacant for the first 3 months and we're not aware of that, and then somebody new moved in and they were getting a consumption rate that was very low. Now that they're in there and the meters are back running again, they could see where they actually owe more money to the town based upon the actual reading. Anyone that we estimated the reading to be too high, they're going to see on their bill that they're receiving a credit. Anyone that the reading was not high enough or the estimate was low, they just might see a slightly higher usage charge. Again, we're talking $30 if it averages out to 4,500 gallons. They might see their bill about $30 higher than what it's been over the last couple of months. Now that we're under the new system, the reading that shows up on your card is the actual reading that's on your meter. But as always, anyone who has any questions or has any concerns about it, we're here to answer the questions and make any corrections that need to be corrected. But the utility billing system is back up and running.
I have one question, Calvin. Suppose, hypothetically, we do have 1 or 2 customers where the readings were significantly off. Or will we work with that 1 or 2 customers?
Yeah,
make
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. A recommendation I would be making to the board, I don't think we're going to see anybody with a really high anomaly. The only way I could see that happening is a vacant property that was vacant for a long period of time, and we were billing them the base charge, and because it was vacant so long, it became part of that 2-year average, so it deflated the numbers. Now that if they moved in the last 2 or 3 months and they're using water, they could see a high spike. What I would be leaning towards doing at the board is fine, is that anyone that is in that a high dollar amount or something that they need assistance with, that we could put them on the payment plan without having accruing the normal penalty for paying it late. That's the way I would handle it on a staff level, if the board is fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. The other thing, I would just want to clarify a point that you said. You said that this meter reading will be the current meter reading, just so nobody thinks you have the 2 numbers on your bill, the last meter reading and the current. The last will be the last month's estimate, and then the current will be the actual meter reading.
Yes.
Yeah, I just
Yes.
want to make sure people
Yes.
don't think otherwise.
When they receive the bill in
Yeah.
the next week or whatever, a couple days, that number will be the actual meter
Right.
reading.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was clear
Right.
to the public that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would also even add, if anybody has a question, you can simply go down in the basement if your meter is exposed and see if the numbers are relatively close. I mean, for the most part, there might be a 2 or 3 day difference between when you physically look at your meter, but it'll at least help to give you an idea if it's in the ballpark. But as always, just contact us if anybody has any questions.
Thank you, Town Administrator. My mayor's report is pretty brief tonight. I know that Commissioner Pearson will go into this, but I did want to commend him specifically and all of his volunteers for an amazing Blue Breakfast. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So thank you, Augie, for all your hard work that you put into that. I know you weren't feeling well after that Blue Breakfast, and you put a lot of effort into it, so we could definitely commend you for that. Thank you. Mayor's Essay Contest kicked off. I visited Rising Sun Elementary School and attended a assembly of students asking about my position as mayor, asking me many different questions. And then today I ended up visiting the Tome School, which is in Northeast. They asked me to come and speak to the kids there. I always enjoy being involved in our schools, and I thank them for having me and hosting me. That concludes my report. Commissioner Austenreith.
I have nothing. Everybody's already covered it.
Commissioner Braun.
The zoning map, the current zoning map is now been completed. All the changes in the zoning from 1975 until the present date have been incorporated in that map, and the map has been signed by each of the board members. The comprehensive plan, the final draft of the comprehensive plan, should be completed by next town meeting. And I'm hoping that at that time, the board will be able to vote on it. And then we'll be concentrating on the zoning ordinance.
Thank you, Commissioner Braun. Commissioner Pearson.
Yes, Mayor, I want to reemphasize, the breakfast was a success. Turnout was a little light, but it was a rainy day, and that tends to be a little busier for the police departments. The volunteers I had, the people who donated money and food and corporations that did, it was unbelievable the amount that we were able to, first of all, cook and provide, and then donate to Ray of Hope. The surprise person was Councilperson Schneckenberger. He showed up and was serving. But I think everybody really worked hard. The people that cooked, I can't thank you enough. Alan's house probably still smells like bacon. But it was a success, and I think everybody walked away feeling really positive. We'll do it again in October for the fire and EMS, and hopefully that's a success. Thank you.
I also wanted to say a big thank you to both Lisa and to Jane for your efforts in helping us with the breakfast as well. I know that all of us have a professional relationship as reporter, mayor, council people, but thank you so much for donating your time and effort to helping out with the police breakfast. Thank you both. Commissioner Warnick.
The one thing I do want to remind everybody of is on March 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Moore's Chapel, Rising Sun Parks and Rec, as well as Rising Sun Historic Preservation Commission and a number of other organizations such as Octorara Watershed Association and a lot of other Cecil County Parks and Rec and other rec councils and outdoor activity type organizations, watershed stewards and things like that, will be at Moore's Chapel for Cabin Fever. It's a great event. It's my third or fourth year participating in Cabin Fever for Parks and Rec, and there's a lot of presentations of things going on around the county, recreational activities and things like that for youth and families for the upcoming spring and summer. So I encourage everybody to come out and check that out. Bring your kids. There's activities. And normally DNR, or not DNR, somebody has a big long table with a boat that you can, and water, and I mean some of the displays are actually, and there's normally animals and everything. It's a pretty good event. But today, Town Administrator Bonenberger, Commissioner Braun, and I attended the presentation for A Better Maryland, which is Maryland Department of Planning's replacement for Plan Maryland. Some of the points that were emphasized is that the state under Governor Hogan has an interest in making sure that local control is not usurped by state authorities. So there's a push that the state will help local governments, but doesn't want to tell local governments, what to do in their area. That their feeling is that local governments know their area best, and a one-size-fit-all solution for the state of Maryland isn't in the best interest of the state. So today was a meeting or a roundtable for local government in Cecil County, and this evening they're having a public session so the public can come in and understand what's going on. But they're going county by county to every single county in the state, and today the Secretary of Planning for the state of Maryland was actually in in the meeting. So it sounded like a lot of really good things, I would say, and it's kind of the direction that we want to hear. That the state wants to help us, but they don't necessarily want to get in our way.
They're going to share all the information they got from
Yeah.
all the other towns, which is helpful too.
Yeah, there's also a lot of information sharing. They want to be a conduit for information sharing of all sorts. And they also for things that work and what doesn't work, and so on throughout the towns. That's my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Warnick. It looks like there's a planning session Monday, March 5th. We have another town meeting Tuesday, March 13th, and there's a planning workshop on March 19th. Upcoming events, Tiger Trot 5K will be on Saturday, April 21st, and then upcoming holidays, the town hall will be closed on Good Friday, which is Friday, March 30th. The board and myself will now adjourn into an executive session to speak about personnel. So I'm not going to adjourn this meeting. Yes, the executive session report. Calvin, do you have that?
I'd have to go downstairs. And I can tell you that we met on the 20th in executive session for legal stuff. Unfortunately, the document didn't put up here, so I can't tell you who voted to open the meeting and stuff like that. The meeting started at 3, it ended at 5:05. The people present were Commissioner Pearson, Commissioner Warnick, Commissioner Braun, and Mayor Marion, myself, the CWA attorney Mike Klein, and our engineer Ryan Flickinger from KCI. The purpose of the meeting was to get legal advice, and there were the minutes from the meeting were sealed. I can have the actual document at the next meeting, but that's the gist of it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Town Administrator. So the board will now adjourn into an executive session. We will plan on starting that in about 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you all for coming.